Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, make sure that you lot are subbing to the channel. Make sure that you are subscribing to the Mandem too. And for some of them that ain't got a channel like Andrew, make sure that you're following him on Twitter. You know how it gets, man. The Winter Surfer, he's on here today as well. And big up the chat every single time, people, man. I didn't actually realize that the Spain game's in 25 minutes. I thought the first game on today was Belgium, you know. But listen, I'll have the Spain game on in the back as well, so we can kind of talk about that as the pod's on today. But we're gonna carry on business as usual. Like I said before, Blue Diaries is a thing I'll still be doing this summer, but it just depends on the market, how the news is looking like. But for the time being, it's just gonna be these smaller panels, and you'll be seeing similar shows to today. But first of all, Jem, what are you saying, bro? Before I go through the chat, man, you good?
All good. In Dubai still, working, trying to get on with things, and yeah, with everything going on with Chelsea, which has actually been very quiet. And then obviously we're going to talk about it in a minute, but the big bomber yesterday, it kind of just blew up at the wrong time for me, and just had so much going on, really. So yeah, it is what it is. Good to be busy, but good to be back on this channel as well, man. It feels like a minute, you know.
No, it has been a minute, bro. I can't remember the last time I had you on. Actually, it's been a few weeks, isn't it?
It's been a while longer. Yeah,
wow. 100%, man. Andrew, how about you, bro? It's been a sec as well. We ain't done Blue Diaries in what, 2 weeks now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to talk about. Do you know what I mean? The World Cup's been quite good, most of the games. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been quite nice. You know, rolling into the games that are coming up today. You know,
yeah,
pretty good. You know, like I said, nothing much to talk about until yesterday, really. You know,
100%. Because what I do want to be doing is getting the Mandem on, and we're just having the same conversations, innit? That's why I'm having to think outside the box. I thought today would be a good day to actually do this as well. So as the title says, we're going to be ranking the most overrated and underrated Chelsea players. Well, not even saying ranking, we'll just be more having conversations about them, innit? Because there's certain man who I think were overrated, and certain guys that I thought were underrated too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very underrated. There's a big name I want to talk about as well that I don't see a lot of people giving much respect to, bro. I'll be real. I don't know if these guys were watching Chelsea back then. Let's quickly go through the chat to see who's here. We've got man like Pierre. He says, smash the likes up on your way in, everyone. Hey, listen, we're on what, 13 likes right now. Got nearly 50 people here, so make sure that you lot smash up those likes. You've got man like Culture Criminal, like and subscribe, as he says. Nehemiah says, big up, big yourself up, bro. Blue call out every day of the week, man. Ernie CFC says, big up, guys, big up. HM says, big up, Don and Jem. I think you forgot Andrew there as well. I think maybe he typed that before he joined. But big yourself up. Sean says, big up, Don and the boys. Big up, bro. AP says, bro, life has been so good without Chelsea in my life. Hey, listen, it's been amazing. It's been amazing, bro. Life has been lifing right now for me. Like I said, I've been going through a bereavement. But listen, it's been nice to just have, you know, World Cup. I'm not thinking about Chelsea, and they're not messing up my emotions like this, bro. England haven't even been playing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Big up PFC TV as well. Big yourself up. Jerry says, why are you avoiding my post? I'm not avoiding your post. I'm getting to that, broski. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, Palmer T United Summer, get ready. Hey, bro, listen, you need to focus on your documentary. Yeah, that's what you need to focus on. Have you not seen that they're doing this Amazon documentary soon?
Yeah, all or nothing. I saw it. All or nothing,
Man United, you know, and this is Michael Carrick doing Champions League now. Yeah, don't forget what you are, Jerry, in Champions League now. You know, because you man in the Champions League since you last won it have been rubbish in there, blood. Yeah, your latest good memory. I told Rance the other week. Your the only good memory that you've had since you last won it in 2008, by the way, was beating PSG away. Yeah. Other than that, when you were last in it, you finished bottom of the group and that. Like, what are we doing here, bro? Like, bottom of the group, Europa League. Allow me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you need to focus on that fucking documentary, and you better be careful what comes out in there, blood. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me come straight to you, Jem. Let's talk about Cucurella. I'm not going to talk much on him because I put out a whole video yesterday. I think everyone knows my thoughts. I think our thoughts are similar, to be fair. But for me, I'm not angry at him leaving, to be honest with you. I understand why. He's been here long enough, bro. Been here 4 years now. And we are back in the loop, what he started off with. Because the first season, he finished 12th. The last season, he finishes 10th. You know what I'm saying? We're back to where we was before. But what's been your take on Cucurella, bro?
Not shocked. I did think he'd be the first out the door out of the so-called, say, you know, the better players we have in the team, shall we say? I think what shocked me more than anything was the fact it was Real Madrid and how quick it moved. Because it was, Atletico Barcelona, and I thought, well, the World Cup's on, probably die down a little bit, pick up a bit later at the end of sort of the World Cup, and then you'll start seeing things moving quicker, which is normal when there's a World Cup on. And with the fact that it was Real Madrid and the fact that we got told that it was a done deal within 24 hours, it was a case of Mourinho saying, that's my man, that's who I want. They knew what the figure was that they needed to put down for them to trigger and make sure all parties are happy, which is what they did. From Chelsea's standpoint, it was a case of if we get the money, he goes anyway. I understand it. But there's no shock in terms of him specifically leaving. I had that feeling he was going anyway. Out of all of them, I thought he would be the first out the door. Some people would say good timing. Some people saying they're not happy with the fee that we got. I said before he was even sold that if we sold him for anything over 50 million, I'd be fine with it. They done it for 51 mil. I think it was 51.9 mil, which I think's okay, fair. I think the problem for me past Cucurella, mate, is just what we do next, and then who is it that we're looking to bring in? Are we looking to actually accommodate and strengthen that area? What type of player or profile of player are we going to be looking at? Is it going to be like a left wing back in like a style of a Grimaldo, for example, and then we switch the whole system? Or is it going to be someone that's like second fiddle to Hato? So Hato now becomes the number one, and we bring in someone just as backup if need be for him for the season. But you have to bear in mind though, next season we're playing half the games we played last season as well. So really and truly, all we really need to be doing is making sure that we avoid injuries and keep the core 11 fit anyway. But in terms of Cucurella, I find it quite funny that a Barcelona player has gone to Real Madrid. I think that would have pissed off Barcelona quite a lot. Quite a lot, wasn't it? You just couldn't imagine it happening. But listen, he's gone. It is what it is done. I'm not shocked about it. I'm not mad about the fee. I think I'm more reserved at the moment based on what are we going to do next, right? That's what I want to see, what happens after him. Do you know what I mean? How are we strengthening this squad and the quality?
110%, bro. That's what I'm concerned about as well, blood. And big up Guni every single time, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Man, like Guni's looking real hot over there. And people, this guy was missing. This guy, I messaged him earlier to set up the show today, right?
Tell him what time it was. Tell him what time it was first. Tell him what time it was.
It was 5:30 a.m. in the morning. And this brother looked like he was already up from 3 a.m. He was walking through New York, right? Topless. Topless, blood, yeah? Telling me about, man, I just come from boxing. I just dropped my son off at boxing, it runs in the family and that. And now man's out here looking like like he's ready to go boxing again, bruv. What you say?
Listen, people. It was fun being fat. I enjoyed my time. All the cheesecakes and everything was great. Yeah, but I had to put that to one side. Yeah, because I've got a son who's boxing, who's taking it seriously. So he can't be looking at dad enjoying all the good food and he can't have none. So his struggle is my struggle. So this is why man had to transform. Understand? Yeah, so it's one of them. But big up yourselves, man. Hey, long time no speak to either of you as well, man. It's good to see you too. Big up everyone in the chat as well. So yeah, man. World Cup season's going on. Got the England merch right there behind me, both kids. And I've got the 95s as well. If you don't believe me, hold on a second. Yeah, we're back. We are full.
Man's got the 95 to England. What the hell is going on here, man?
For England, bro. Yeah.
What type of mascot are you?
He just needs to end it by saying "Bosh." Do you know what I mean?
Bosh. There we go.
Man. Guni's the type to paint the England what do you call it? England flag on his face.
Yeah.
Right cheek, you know what I'm saying? Big calls in that.
I'm fully invested, man. And do you know what it is? Because what adds to the spice is the fact that I'm literally in America, bruv. Yeah. And there's not a massive rivalry, but there's a little bit of competition and rivalry on a personal level between the two. So it makes me a bit extra patriotic, you know what I mean? So yeah.
100%. I hear it, bro. No, 100. I hear it, bruv. Andrew, bro, I'll come to you then. I'll come to you, Guni, we're just basically rapping about Cucurella, bro. So you didn't really miss much. We haven't really got into the nitty gritty of the show. But what's your take, Andrew? Like, what concerns you the most about this, and do you feel like it's the right time to move him on as well? Because that's something that I'm hearing a lot of people saying, to be fair.
Well, I think that's because he's a bit polarizing, isn't he, from the fan base? You know what I mean, about moving him over. I've always backed him. I think he's been very good, and maybe the second half of the season, but he did get injured because basically we've been running him into the ground along with Spain, playing like 90 minutes, about 60 games a season. But my thing is not when someone leaves. Someone leaves, they leave. You know, it's about what comes after that, right? And I still don't know how Xabi Alonso wants to play at Chelsea. That's my thing. But I don't know if he wants to play a back four or if he wants to play wing backs. Now, I see the puff piece from Fabrizio that tweeted about, they really like Hato and stuff like that. And that's great. That's great. I understand that. You have to build up confidence on that. But we still need to get another left back in. So even if you like Hato, do you know what I mean? Because because Hato, I don't know. Yeah, he played left back for Ajax, but it's a totally different breed of animal in the Premier League left back. All right, so you have to play. You're playing against better players for sure. So, you know, I want to see who we get in. If we do get in another recognised, when I say recognised, I'm, you know, not this elite, world-class bullshit nonsense, because I don't know if there are many elite, world-class left-backs in the game. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, there ain't many of them, bro. Mendes and Cucurella are the two best ones, probably.
That's what I'm talking about. So the type of left-back we get in will tell me what Xabi Alonso wants to do in terms of a back four or a back three, right? If he gets someone like a Grimaldo, you're thinking wing backs, aren't you? Really, you know, something like that. And I'm just putting his name out. If you're thinking someone like Lewis Hall, you're thinking full backs, aren't you? You're thinking like a back four and something like that. Yeah. But you know, I'm hearing that so that it was personal reasons he wanted to go back to Spain. That's absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if no one had come in from, I don't think he would have kicked up a fuss. I think he would just
no.
You know what I mean?
He kept it respectful, bro. He kept it respectful. He came out the other day. I took it with a pinch of salt when he came out saying, I've spoken to Xabi. He's added a lot of confidence in me. Bro, I've been watching football long enough to know, man just kept it professional. He kept it coy. He's not going to come out saying, nah, fuck all that. I'm still leaving. Bro, man just kept it professional. But I saw a lot of people using that as, oh, yeah, see, he's going to stay. And I'm like, brother, how long have you guys been watching the game? Don't you understand how these things work, bro?
and people say, oh, it's like no, I can't. Chelsea are selling their stars. First of all, it's Real Madrid, bro. Do you know what I mean? I don't care what type of. I think they're the only.
And Mourinho.
I think they're
too. Yeah.
I think they're the only club in the world that if you had someone on a 10-year contract, they could still get that player. Do you know what I mean? Like that. I think they could just do that. And like I said, every player has a price. He had 2 or 3 years left or something like that. It's a good price for him. You know, but like I said, I need to see what happens afterwards. I'm still, even if he stayed, I'm still like in sort of the mind of going, what's happening? Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know. I don't know. People are still second guessing about the players we're bringing in. You know, who's going to play where, who's going to do what. But you know, we move on. He was a good player. He did well. You know, in his later years with us. You know, it's fine, but people call him a rat. I just don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't get that at all, bro. And Nizza confirmed it here. It said Cucurella desired a return to Spain for family reasons after 6 years in Chelsea. Chelsea then worked closely with his reps on the move. Hato is coming through, and they're targeting at least 2 Premier League ready-made signings. And Guni, I think for me, it's very, very. I get it. Like, to be fair, Hato did have a good, end to the season, I would say. And when he kind of got that confidence, he was really good. But to now try and make it out as if, Cuckoo's this disposable guy, for me, is very shameless, because I liked that combination of Hato and Cucurella. You've got the experience there, and then you've got the young, dynamic guy who, for me, I think has more to his game than Cuckoo, to be fair, but he still has a lot to learn, right? And one thing I will say as well, Guni, like, from when I first saw Hato, when I was watching his clips from his time at Ajax, and now I can see that someone like Cucurella has definitely been helping this guy, bro. Because 1v1 at the beginning, he was so heavy-footed. Now I'm seeing man on his toes, like Cucurella. You know what I'm saying? As a fullback, you have to be on your toes. Otherwise, you're gonna be getting spun by every winger you come up against, bro. So for you, who would you say would be an adequate replacement? Who should Chelsea be looking to bring in right now? Who's the name that we keep speaking about? But have you got anyone in mind that kind of comes in and replaces Cuckoo quite well?
I mean, look, there's what I would like and there's what's available. What I would like, Don, we spoke about this years ago, and you know who it would be. My number one guy is at PSG, but again, that's a dream. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But In terms of left back, from what I see that's available, I personally never wanted Lewis Hall to leave Chelsea in the first place. I saw a player in him and I thought it was a big mistake to let him go. But whatever the story, because I get conflicting stories, apparently he's a boyhood Newcastle fan. Apparently it's because Pochettino didn't fancy him. Whatever it is, it led him out of the door and I don't think it should have happened. So if there's an opportunity to bring him back, then absolutely. But I do want to say this about Cucurella though, right? The way he's handled this situation in terms of leaving Chelsea, I cannot be angry at it. And I think fans that are upset with, comments that have come out that look, that are contradictory, saying, oh, I'm buying into this project, etc., etc. Number one, if you've been watching football long enough, you understand that there's a line most players have to toe. Yeah, whether it's true or not, they've got to do it for the face of professionalism. And if you knew anything about anything, that you knew Cucurella was out of the door, given all of the talk that has been given. Saying that, I think that he's handled it very professionally, because if you look at the reasons that he cited, fair enough, he wants to go home, he wants to be with his family. Let me take you back a few years to what Courtois did when he made up that same excuse and how he left Chelsea Football Club. Now, if there's a player that you want to be upset with, someone like Courtois, I'm all for it, I understand. But Cucurella, he's been through some stuff at Chelsea Football Club. Let's not forget that the fans, including myself, we got on this guy's back. And he did something that I can only respect. He put his head down, he improved himself, and he worked himself up to become one of the top players in the team. And do you know what? Fair play to him. So me personally, given the circumstances at Chelsea Football Club, the types of players that we're signing, the infrastructure that we've currently got at the club now, there's not a player that I can be upset at who fancies themselves to be a top player, who feels that they can go on and win elsewhere. Because Chelsea, as we all know, everyone here is not matching any type of ambition to be winning those types of trophies. So can you fault Cucurella for doing so? Me personally, I cannot. If we are challenging, if we're consistently fighting for titles and he wants to get up and be a mercenary, it's a different conversation. But when you're not meeting ambition of certain players, you become a stepping stone club. And effectively, that's what we've become now.
Exactly, bro. And that's what really, like, it not even worries me. It just scares me about these people, because I look at some of these people and they're just scary people, Jem. Because I'm like, you're part of the batch that are literally frontline, blue coat out, Clear Lake out, and whatnot. Now it's he's got back the club. Fuck him, he's a snake. Fuck him, is this. And I'm like, if that's your thing, why are you angry at the club then? You should be delighted. You should be in the camp of Rob, right? If you think Cuckoo's a snake, you should be in the camp of Rob, because he is as frustrated. Guys like Cucurella, guys like Enzo, whatever guys think of them, right? They are as frustrated as us. And that's why they're the two that came out talking the way that they did. And that whole situation with Maresca, as much as, again, it comes from the club, I blame Maresca too, because I don't think he was innocent in all of that, right? But the fact that they were so close with him, and he was a Spanish speaker as well, bro, that did not go down nicely, bro. You know what I'm saying? That did not go down nicely at all.
Don, can I... I want to have a go at Guni because he reminded me about Courtois, and the problem with Courtois is that we had Alisson lined up ready to go and sign for us, and because we were differing over Courtois leaving, Liverpool snatched in Alisson away from us guys, and we ended up with Kepa. So thank you, Guni, for reminding me.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Marina, one that could do no wrong, and thank you, Marina, for dilly-dallying and letting someone else come swoop in. Where have I heard that one before? Where they're dilly-dallying and someone else sleeps in. It sounds like Clear Lake, innit? It sounds like Clear Lake, bro. Marina was perfect. Marina was perfect.
Remember it was we'll give Tchouaméni one more year at Monaco. Remember that one?
Bro, she was unbelievable at selling, yeah. But in terms of bringing in players, bro, don't even get me started on her, because I'll be here all day, blood. But yeah, Jem, this is another guy that we're linked to at the minute, Ruho. I said on my video I put out yesterday, bro. Listen, with him, I only watched the game against Arsenal and I thought he looked all right. I thought he locked up Madueke quite well. But, bro, I don't see why Hall would come Chelsea in our current state. And it goes back to what I was saying about the Champions League. As much as these players piss me off, as much as this ownership pisses me off, for the love of Chelsea Football Club, we needed that advantage there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, look.
we just look really stupid with the whole thing. You don't just let him go to then go and sign him for 60 mil. That's just stupid. Like, I don't see how that all operates and works and happens. And from my perspective, personally, I just don't like the idea of going down back that route. I know I've seen a couple of Chelsea fans, friends like Pies and that, saying that they would take Lewis Hall tomorrow and bring him back. Fair enough. I hear it. I think the issue you have with the left back area is, again, what is the profile? What is it that Alonso wants? And I think that's what we've got to really understand here, is that we can all say we want Grimaldo, Araujo, fucking Lewis Hall. It doesn't really matter. What I care about is what Alonso wants. And I'll be quite honest with you, that might not actually please a lot of the fans. It might be a specific profile of player that comes in that people go, what the fuck are we getting him for? Like, who's he? You know, why are we bringing him in? And, you know, my thing is this: as long as they're backing Alonso, and that's the key here. As long as they're backing Alonso, like Mourinho's getting backed at this moment in time under Real Madrid, and they're giving him what he thinks he needs, I think that's the most important thing for me. I've watched Araujo. I think he's okay. I'm not going to sit and say I watch him all season, because I don't watch the Portuguese league. What I have seen of him, he looks like he's got a motor. He gets up and down. The thing that I think he lacks, which I think is a problem for us, is his final third decision making. There was moments against Arsenal where he was just making the wrong pass, or should have took the shot and he didn't. There's just a couple of things there that I thought to myself, well, maybe he can improve on as well. There was talks about Robinson from Fulham as well, who, if you wanted to be safe, to just come in and do a job to be able to go up and down the left, is not a bad shout. Some people saying he'd be probably worth about 30 mil. But the problem with someone like Robinson, I think, is he Chelsea level? Does he come in and can he mix with, that's probably the wrong thing, but mix with better players around him and improve himself and show that consistency that we've seen from him maybe 2-3 seasons ago. But I don't think it's a massive market for it. And that's the issue with the left back area. I don't think it's an easy area. And if you say Grimaldo to me, cool, very good under Xabi Alonso. But the physicality, the fact that he's nearly 27, 28, 29, if I'm right, something like that. He's on the older side. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't see that as being a signing that they would make. And like I said, I worry about his physicality and his speed, because I don't think he's quick enough to maybe deal with it.
I wonder if he'll get linked to Carreras now from Real Madrid.
Carreras, another one that popped out today, didn't he, as well? And people are thinking about that, saying the Real Madrid. Yeah, he's the Real Madrid fucking reject. Why do we want him? It's just not really a good market. It's like what Guni said. Just go. I would love a Mendes. That's about it.
Yeah, man. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, right back, left back. That's why I always talk about this with right back as well. When people are like, "Oh, just get rid of Gusto," I'm like, bro, who are you gonna replace him with then? Who? True. Right? Because he frustrates me too. But there's loose links at the minute, Andrew, about Man City apparently looking at him. Man City can't be looking at this guy if he's so rubbed out. You know, he pisses me off. He annoys me. I'll be real. But the problem with the problem that we've got is we see Gusto too much because Reece just can't keep playing. Unfortunately, this is the problem. We see this guy too much, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And it's really, really annoying. But I look around in the market on that side. I'm like, yo, you've got what's my man's name at Palace? I just forgot his name. What's his name? Munoz. You got Munoz. I love Munoz, but I don't see him leaving Palace to come and be second.
The issue you've got is this, right? We're out of Europe one game a week, so we don't actually need a bigger. Our squad doesn't have to be as big this season, right? Because it's once a week, yeah. So we need to actually focus. I say it every summer, but this is a summer where there's certain positions that need heightened awareness. Like people going, "Oh, we need another striker." But I think if you can get him to stay and just hang around for this season, I'm fine with going with João Pedro, Nicholas Jackson for the season. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. We need central defenders and we need wingers. Yeah, that's what we need. Do you know what I mean? And if Enzo goes, we need another midfielder. Obviously, right? We need two. Man.
If we get rid of Enzo, we need two. Man.
What I'm saying is, talking about Gusto going, you could go, well, we could probably get away with it this season because it's once a week, right? In terms of playing, yeah. We definitely need another left back, but there's some positions we don't need to hyper focus on. Do you know what I mean? There are others that we do because we don't need as big a squad. We just don't. All this because there's some people in fan base. Oh, what about the youth coming through? Fuck that. We're playing once a week. We don't need to look at the academy.
I don't even want to see get rid of Gusto and then you promote Antwi, bro, because this fan base.
Exactly.
The same people Antwi, yeah, bro. Josh ain't a right back. He's not a full back. That guy will just be getting cooked. Yeah. Who? Josh Achimpong, bro. He's a centre back.
Is he going to play?
but Jem, I don't like. I've never liked Josh.
I agree. But if he's not playing right back, how does he get in the team? For me, he has to go on loan. But he's not on loan apparently because
he'll get more minutes if you play 3 centre backs. That's the only way you're gonna get him playing more minutes. Or if you start him in a 2, and I don't see that. I think they're probably gonna sign a starting level centre back. That's what they want, right? But people that are saying Antwi and that, bro, these are the same people. It will just take 1 or 2 games for man to get spun, Guni, and they'll be saying get him the fuck out the door. And that's why I'm here trying to protect these guys now, because I know how toxic this fan base is, bro. Yeah, we're here every single week in the chat. I see you guys in the chat. I know you guys, familiar faces. I love for you, man, being here, bro. But dip that, yeah. I know you'll be one of the first guys here cooking Antwi when he comes into the team and he's not doing what we expect him to do. I know you'll be one of the first people here saying this, bro. Right? So we're very quick to say these things, but when it comes to it, the reality is you lot will be chasing them out quick. That's what you guys do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But let me just quickly read this, and then we'll go into the show, right? So apparently this comes from Bobby Vincent, right? He says Chelsea are ready to back Alonso more than any other of his predecessors even. Chelsea insiders say Alonso and the 5 sporting directors are aligned with their vision. Chelsea want a partner for Colwill. Multiple names have been discussed internally. And apparently the club are keeping their cards close to their chest. Chelsea also want to add a central midfielder between now and the end of the window, with Wharton being a long-term target, but it's looking like 100 million for Wharton. And Alex Scott's name was mentioned online, but sources close to the club have dismissed the links. And it also says Chelsea are hoping to add a left-sided attacker in the coming months. Rodgers is more likely to join Arsenal as it stands. What are you saying about all this, the lack of noise, Guni? Do you like it, bro? Before we get into the show? Even more?
Are we referring to this specific tweet you just wrote? We just read here?
Yeah, bro. Just everything really. However you want to go about it, bro.
This is the problem when you come and ask me first, because I've already got a disposition before I've read that, and that disposition is the fact that I don't believe that there's money anyway. So immediately I just think all of it is a bunch of crap. I'll be honest, my stance throughout this whole transfer window, right? This is why I've been quiet on the socials about players and I don't talk about it. Is just wait till the 31st of August, because I'm very staunch in believing that in terms of money, we cannot operate in the way that a lot of people think that we're going to operate. And I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be, taking these carrots that we've been seeing for the past few transfer windows. We're this close to this target. We're dropping out. Another team comes to get the player. I'm not investing myself, bro. I'm not investing.
That's what I'm asking you, though. Do you like the fact that it's been more quiet rather than? Because we haven't really been.
All right, so in that stance, quiet is always good, because I never like any of our transfer business being out there, especially from what we've seen over the past several transfer windows. It has made us look not only unprofessional, but it's made us look like laughing stocks, and it needs to stop. So maybe they've learned the lesson from all of the massive publicity that they were pushing last time. So let's see, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think at the minute, I think we're going to have to sell to buy a lot, because a lot of money has been blown. And that's why a lot of these sporting directors should be gone. You know what I'm saying, Jem? Because when you deep it and the amount of money they've spent, bro, like, for example, last summer, you bring in a lot of money, record money, in fact, the sales that we made, and you go and spunk some of it on fucking Shirley Carter, bro. I've never actually known, a player where majority of the fan base are aligned and saying, yo, this guy is not going to work for us. And it's only Rob. Till now, Rob is still doubling down on this guy, He's still talking about...
Have we started the overrated, underrated section? Is that what we're starting?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, listen, no one overrated that guy apart from Rob. So there's no point even adding that guy to the conversation. But the reason why I wanted to do this, the reason why I wanted to have this show today, people, because I think Cuckoo is a perfect example of a guy who was underrated by some and a guy that was maybe overrated by some, right? Where would you sort of rank Cuckoo, Jem, if you had to put Cuckoo in that list of underrated or overrated?
I think in my personal opinion, I think he's just bang in the middle. I don't think he's underrated or overrated. I don't know if these boys agree with me. I don't. I think you could probably argue that majority of the fan base. I remember that period when it looked like he was going Man United, and everyone just wanted him gone. Get out! He's crap. He's the worst left back I've ever seen. This, that, and the other. So you could probably argue that at that point, to what we know now, it's underrated to a degree if you're looking at it from there. But if you look at the overall scope of the seasons that he's been at Chelsea, I wouldn't say he's overrated or underrated. I'd just say he's bang in the mid.
I agree.
How about you, Andrew? Would you agree?
Yeah. He's a bit of Marmite. He's not as Marmite as some other players in the squad. I think like for the past 2 years, so to speak, I think more people probably rate him than don't. You know what I mean? I think it's unfair though. Some of them are using like the past few months to like think that that's him for his entire Chelsea career or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not true. Do you know what I mean? Like I said earlier, for the past like since the turn of 2024, for 2 years straight, he's been playing for club and country every game for basically 90 minutes, even friendly.
Over 5,000 minutes last season, you know.
Yeah,
over 5,000 minutes last year,
and that's why that's why he got injured. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He got injured for the first time in what, like 2 years, 3 years or something. You know, because he's basically been run into the ground. Do you know what I mean? So, but you know, he's a very, very good player. I think he's underrated just in general by even opposition fans. You know what I mean? I think they.
Yeah,
I
should I agree with?
I
Yeah,
think he's a
for me, I think go.
I think they think he's a wind-up merchant, which he is, and he just fouls people, which he doesn't. He charges in because he knows he's not as fast as a fullback, right? In terms of speed, right? So he goes in first. He uses his mind first, and he lays one in on them. You know, not like a rash. He lays one in on them, and he tackles them and goes, "I'm going to be here. I'm literally going to be here." Do you know what I mean? That's what he does. He's very good one-on-one. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. But yeah, for me, he's like Tim said. He's in the middle. So
yeah. How about you, Guni, bro? Would you agree as well? You're kind of nodding.
Very firmly in the middle for me. And here's the thing: is like that's not to say that he's a bad player, but I also can't help but feel Cucurella is in an environment in comparison to Real Madrid where it's easier to shine purely because of the amount of quality players that are at Real Madrid. So I think the true answer is going to lie in how it's going to span out for him at Real Madrid with all of that quality around him and how much importance he adds to the squad. But look, he's got the foundations, he's got the basics to definitely do it. I actually think it's a very smart acquisition from Real Madrid because, you know, we described his professionalism, and what do Real Madrid need right now in the dressing room? They need professionalism and they need someone with a mature head. Cucurella is that. And this is what we say about Mourinho. When it comes to identifying personalities and building a squad, there's not many that's better than him. There really isn't. You know what I mean? And he's the type of manager as well where if he leaves your club, he will leave you with a foundation that you can work and build on for years to come.
Also, it's a Mourinho fullback, which means he's not going to be asked
absolutely,
to
get absolutely,
100%.
You know what I mean? So he's not going to be asked to do what he done here and get into the box and stuff like that. He's going to be asked to sit at the halfway line, so he's going to save his legs. Plus, it's the time on the ball. The pace is different than the Liga. We all know that. Do you know what I mean? So it's totally different. So you know what will happen, Don? He'll get rated more. Now he's not with Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? When he's in the Championship, he will get.
That's what always happens.
You know, we'll hear. We didn't see him do this at Chelsea. Yes, you did. You just didn't rate him because he plays for Chelsea.
Facts, bro. And then Saya says that left-hand side was shit because of Cuckoo and Garnacho. No, that left-hand side was shit because of what was in front of Cuckoo. Because if you go remind yourself of Cuckoo and Sancho and Enzo, blood, I used to call that a triangle. Because that link up on the left was so nice. And then you've got fucking Shirley now in front of you, bro. Gittins not even getting 500 minutes in the league. You know, it was a shambles. Our left-hand side, the way they built it in the summer was a shambles, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That left side, not Cucurella, made me miss the duo of Colwell and Chilwell and the Botch on the left.
Bro, I am telling you. One thing it says, T-Man says Cucurella's dead at attacking. I think he's just decent, innit? I don't think he's better than Mendes or
let's get this right. As a goal threat getting into the box, I think he's very good.
100%.
As a delivery, I understand what you're saying as like in terms of being like a modern day fullback.
Yeah,
he's not a modern day fullback. He's an old. He's in a Barclays. He's a Barclays Premier League fullback. That's what he is.
Yeah. That's what he is. No, his crossing was just decent. I think his shooting was decent. He scored a few goals last season. To be fair, with Maresca.
He's a box crashing fullback.
Them back post runs, those late back post runs.
It was the cutbacks for me with him more than actually the crossing. You know, he just liked to always cut the ball back once he got into that position. You know?
Yeah, exactly, man. Let's talk about Ramirez though. I'm gonna go straight in with Ramirez, because I'm calling it straight away. Underrated, man. Underrated, bro. Ramirez, yeah. And the reason why I'm even bringing this up here is because I was on Big Six the other day, and someone sent a super chat, really good super chat. They were like, "Who's Chelsea's like for every rep on the panel, right? Who's your greatest South American player?" And when I was sitting down, I was thinking, I was like, "Oh, think of the names." I was like, Ramirez for me. You know, I was like, maybe David Luiz. Then I saw Silva in the chat, so maybe Silva to be fair. But then when I said Ramirez, there was someone that commented back in the chat, and they were like, "Oh, Don, what do you mean Ramirez? How can you mention Ramirez?" And I'm like,
respect Ramirez.
Like,
don't do that. Yeah? Don't do that. If we ever got to see the pivot of Kante and Ramirez, the Premier League would have had to boycott. They would have just had to.
I say and Ramirez. That would have been quite interesting,
bro.
Interesting,
bro. Every game, it would just be a complete shutout. Shutout. It would just
complete. Bro. The energy, the work rate. And then, the ability on the ball, bro, right? He was good on the ball. He was good off the ball. He scored some important goals. One of the most
showed up, bro. Yeah.
Big games he showed up. He scored in the FA Cup final against Liverpool. He scored the first goal in that, right? In the Champions League. One of the most iconic goals, not for Chelsea, bro, in the history of the competition. Man scored one of those iconic goals in the history of the competition against the greatest team that we've all seen, right? Well, for me, I don't know about you, man, but that's the greatest team I've ever seen. Man just dinked, was it Valdez in goal on that, bro? The way that he did, right? And man did a samba at the end of it and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He won multiple trophies here. There's a solid argument for it, Jim. Him being our greatest.
Let me tell you about Ramirez. Let me tell you about Ramirez.
Let Jim come in, Andrew, because he's got to leave in a bit. Let Jim come in a bit.
For me, Unreal Engine could play multiple midfield roles in terms of who was fit, who was injured, whatever. Like he could adapt in many ways. He was a big game player, like you said. I honestly think if Messi would have scored that goal that he did against us, where he chipped Victor Valdez, that would be spoken about for years and years and years and years and years, because it was Ramirez the way he did it. I don't think it got as much like respect, that goal. I thought it was up, you know. He allowed, you know what is with Ramirez, and this is why I think he'd have been perfect for someone like Caicedo, is that he would have allowed the creative players around him to do what they would do on the ball. Like they would have been comfortable knowing that they've got Ramirez behind them. And for example, Caicedo. I think the physicality, I think on the ball, some of his passing. But I don't think he was the greatest conductor, like on the ball. He wasn't really he wasn't a playmaker, is what I would say. But you know, he could make a pass, but he could also take a shot from 30 yards out and scream it into the top corner. You know, he had that in his locker. You know, he had so many things that I think he was underrated personally, very underrated, very underrated. I actually think he's a lot more complete than people actually think. When you look at him now and you compare him to, for example, the midfielders of today, he'd be in the top 5, top 10 easily in terms of.
And then you get people like Doom. Big up Doom, yeah. He says Ramirez wasn't technically secure like that, bro. I don't know. I feel like people are revising how good this guy was. Good on the ball, bro. He wasn't hazard level good, but let me even show you, lot. Yeah. So this is some receipts from 2012, right? Because I'm a Twitter vet. You know what I'm saying? You could even see here, bro. October 20th, 2012. Ramirez is such a baller. Yeah. I've said it from day one. Ramirez is such a baller. Yeah, Hazard and Ramirez made them defenders dance, right? This is one of my favorite players at Chelsea, bro. Yeah. No one ever tried to tell me Ramirez ain't a baller. Ramirez is such a baller. So I know I was watching, bro, at that time. He was good on the ball.
He was playing it Morales, if you remember as well, and he was more like Fabregas, like Enzo, like just good with the ball. Like he wasn't physical. You know what I mean? He was the one that was a bit more of a conductor. Like he would play the ball.
In the Champions League run, he was playing more as a winger in the Champions League.
Yeah, he was versatile.
Yeah. But Ramirez was signed in the summer of 2010, right? Just after we won the double. It was actually one of the good signings of that summer, because I think we signed is it Ben Ayoun we signed as well or something like that summer.
Ben Ayoun. Why'd you have to remind me?
Going back to I wasn't, because this is before football social media hadn't started, right? It wasn't like what it is right now, stuff like that. We weren't getting like 24/7 like YouTube shows discussing and stuff like that. So I remember
Sky, you have to watch it on Sky, bro. See what comes up.
You get the yellow ticker coming on, something like
Yeah.
that, helicopters and stuff like that. But I remember watching him, and there was a feeling going, is he too lightweight? Do you know what I mean? Like at the start, like is he too? But then, let's see. Then there was the message you just said about he wasn't technical. Go to the home game against Man City when we won 2-0.
Oh,
The goal that he scored, he took the ball. I think he nutmegged someone, and then literally bring it top corner. And just go to that goal away at Barcelona if he hasn't got any tech. Do you know what I mean? He is very underrated to me. He'd thrive in this era of football for me. He's absolutely brilliant. I mean, we played him everywhere. You know what I mean? He's the number 6, number 8, what on the wings. I mean, in that semi-final in the Champions League after we went down to 10 minutes, he played right back. For Christ's sake.
He was everywhere, bro. Andrew. He when I looked at him, Guni, like he literally was like a representation of what Roman wants from Chelsea players, bro. That heart, that grit, goals, right? Creativity, you know what I'm saying? Like just always being available. He was durable as fuck as well, bro. That's one thing about that guy. He was always available, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. And when we first signed him, at first I thought that was just the type of player he was gonna be, that reliable squad player that can come in and do a job and shore up the midfield a little bit. But bruv, he surprised everyone. Like it's like Andrew said, he's got so many bows to his string. It's unbelievable the amount of things that he can do. Mm-hmm. Criminally underrated, I think Ramirez is. And if he was playing football today, he'd be worth 100 million, 100%.
Oh, he'll be rated highly. Would you say that he's the greatest? Would you say that he's the best player we've bought from Benfica? We've had quite a few dealings with them.
We've had David Luiz from Benfica. We've had
Raul Morales.
Matic we bought back from Benfica.
Matic is an argument still. That's a good discussion. That one is there because
Matic 14-15 was unbelievable, bro.
That's enough one. Do you know what it was for me, right? That spoke even louder about Matic is when he left. You saw how much we struggled without him in that midfield. We struggled.
Replaced him with Bakayoko, bro.
Yeah, we replaced him with Jorginho, bruv. Like, how can you go from
Bakayoko? Replaced him with Bakayoko.
Oh no, Bakayoko wasn't really a DM though, was he?
No,
like, exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem there. That's the problem.
Danny Drinkwater. We replaced him with Danny Drinkwater and Bakayoko. That's what we replaced him.
Both those guys are fucking they're like CMs. Your Matic was what you call CM.
People talk about wasting money, right? 75 million. Back then, guys, 75 million was huge. You know what I mean?
It was.
It's probably about 150 million right now. That's what it would be right now that we'd spent on those two. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
We gave Bakayoko one of the greatest songs a Chelsea player's ever got. We gave Bakayoko unbelievable the song he got. It's ridiculous. And he got. You know what I'm upset about Bakayoko? I thought I was getting a Yaya Toure, Patrick Vieira hybrid. Do you know what I mean? I thought. I was going. We're seriously pairing this guy with Kante. Oh my God. Like that, I thought this is going to be.
That's what everyone thought, yeah.
Lockdown.
One of the biggest flops. Yeah, we're gonna do a flop list because that list is gonna be long.
And do you know what hurts me even more about Bakayoko? Yeah, when you look at that Monaco team, the amount of players that you could have closed your eyes and said that one, and you would have been good. But we ended up with Bakayoko, bro. Bernardo Silva left that season. Mbappe left that season. They had Fabinho there. I don't understand.
Yeah, Fabinho would have been a better signing, bruv. You know, he would have been a much better.
Fabinho fitted the profile that we just fucking lost in comparison to signing Bakayoko.
Exactly, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like the squad building at times, man, like before these guys come in, before people try to clip me up, there is no debate about Roman and Clearly. Roman is clear of these guys. But it doesn't mean that we can't, criticize what was going on before because, bruv, a lot of the time we'd win the league. The season after, they'll be on a jolting, Andrew. You know what I'm saying? It's like they'll just sit there thinking we're going to win it again. It don't work like that, bro.
Never done it. Never done it. Never say it. The only time we've had a good, decent window after winning the league is summer of 05. That's how far back we're going right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've had decent windows when we haven't won the title, like in 14, summer of 14. It's our best window. There's not been a window like it since the summer of 14. Do you know what I mean?
Remind me who brought in, was that what, 13, 14?
Fabregas,
Yeah,
14,
Fabregas.
summer 14. So it's Fabregas. We bought.
Oh, yeah, but we went on to win the league, though, innit? Went on to win the
That's
league.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We've only had one window after we've won the league, which has been good, and that was 05. Summer
Yeah,
of 05.
You're right, bro. You're right, man. But big up everyone that's here. We still got 100 people here. I see a couple people left because of the game, of course. But big up everyone that's still here,
Put it
man.
on
Let's
the
get to
background,
100
you
likes.
cowards. Put it on the background and watch this. You cowards.
It is where it is, man. People watching that.
For Christ's sake. It's only Spain, Cape Verde in a group game, for
Legit.
Christ's sake. You know what
Cape
I mean?
Verde, you know.
Background.
Hey, Cape
And bro,
Verde.
I even saw the Spain lineup. Have you not seen the Spain lineup?
Let
Yeah,
me
they're
not say,
taking the piss. They're
You see
taking
it?
the piss out. That's what it is.
bro. Let me not say nothing about Cape Verde. I'm a married man still. Let me just.
Yeah. Hey, trust me, Guni. We need to hear up still. I can't lie,
I'm blaming you. If my missus hears it, yeah, Don started the conversation. Andrew encouraged it, yeah, and I just answered.
Oh, I'm booking my holidays. I'm booking my holidays to Ecuador. That's what I'm doing.
Ecuador.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, Andrew, I can't lie. You know what it is, yeah? You know what? Big up. I'm not going to steal this from Fuad. Big up Fuad, yeah? These cameramen, they're fumbling. Because you see these hydration breaks.
No, Don, I agree with you. But yesterday, Ecuador game, they were better.
You saw them, yeah?
It wasn't perfect, but they were better. They were better.
That's what it looks like.
They were better. They were better.
Bro, they need to start showing.
Up the game. Remember, Colombia's on soon, so I'm expecting a lot from Colombia's game. Okay? I'm expecting a lot, and maybe the Argentina game as well. I'm expecting a lot. You know what I mean? The Brazil game really let me down. The Brazil game really let me down. It really let me down. The Brazil game.
I don't think about the deep in it. Andrew mentioned Colombia, Ecuador, Brazil. I think we all know what type of booty he likes.
Hey, Andrew, I'm getting tickets for all of those. I'm trying to get tickets for all those games, man. 100%. Yeah, gonna be walking around with the camera and a mic.
Guni, get a 360 GoPro and stick it to the back of your head, right? That and just you can watch the game while it just goes 360 like that.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, Andrew, I didn't know you was on a South American tip, you know, but I don't blame you, brother. Women over there,
listen, I just think you'd have a lot of fun. Your life would be a lot of fun. That's it. It would never be boring.
100%, 100%, bro, 100%, man. But yeah, what would you not say to finish up on Ramirez? Yeah, would you say that? would you rank Silva ahead of him when it comes to South Americans that played for Chelsea, or
no?
Who would your number one be? Who's your number one be? When I deep it, I'll probably say Ramirez. How about you, man?
I agree.
I'd agree. Honorable mention to Diego Costa. I know he wasn't Spanish. He's Brazilian.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's Brazilian.
Yes. Jorginho's Brazilian too.
Yeah, true.
I think we might. I don't know if we'll bring up this player, but I'll say it anyway. But I think
Oscar.
I think Oscar was very good as well. You know
Fair enough. Yeah. Oscar done
couple of league one league title. That's it. No,
would you say it was underrated or overrated though?
Who, Oscar?
Yeah.
I think he'd probably be in the middle, you know, slightly above the middle for me. Slightly above the middle. And I don't know, maybe it's my bias because I was there when he scored that goal against Buffon, bruv. Juve. So, and that moment will always live with me in my heart.
You were at that game, yeah?
Of course I was, bro. Yeah.
Lovely, man.
In my time, I've seen some lovely goals at Stamford Bridge. This is why, it's hard to impress me. I have seen some stuff with my.
Wasn't that his debut in the Champs as well for us?
It was, yeah.
It was, yeah.
No, I remember that day.
I also remember. Was it when Morele scored that wild goal against Benfica as well? I was there for that.
Yeah. Man didn't even have to slap it the way that he did, bro. Man he took it. He had so much time to do something else, and he just literally.
He's a former Porto player. Of course, he's gonna slap it.
I was there for the Essien power driver against Arsenal. I almost got escorted out. I was going absolute dog shit mental. Yeah, bruv.
Boy. That one there was a mad thing, bro. Let me even try reminisce and go back. This is what I like to do, people. This is why I'm glad that Unc Don has been on Twitter for a minute, because I like to just look back at some of these players to remind myself of what I was watching at the time, innit? Because the years just fly by. But just to share with you some of my tweets, you can see I said Oscar actually makes a difference on the pitch. We made some decent signings. I said Oscar made Sagna Dougie and that. I said Oscar's tech. I put that emoji there because it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Oscar's a fucking G. Oscar. Arsenal can't handle the link up between Oscar, Mata, and Hazard. It's funny to watch. And you see that link up between those three, yeah?
Yeah.
Oscar, Mata, and Hazard, bro.
Football is just,
You talk about, remember Oscar scored another goal in the Champions League, that group stage against Shakhtar Donetsk, when the goalkeeper came out and he hit it on a half volley.
I remember that.
Yeah. I remember that one. I remember that one.
That was the early part. He was just scoring in the Champions League.
Technically, he was just stupid, man.
He had a few goals. So.
Yeah. Do you guys think that in the chat as well? Let's go to the chat. Yeah, like where would you rank him at the minute? Because to be honest, I've seen a lot of people like. Some people overrate him, to be fair. Some people do overrate him a little bit, innit? But
I think he's slightly underrated. I think he's slightly underrated for his impact.
You think he's underrated?
I think he's slightly underrated. I don't think he's like
not by much, but I agree. Underrated. I think he's slightly underrated.
I think sometimes older Chelsea fans might like have a go at him because they think we kept him and shipped off Mata and De Bruyne for him. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like that was Mourinho's choice apparently. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that go against him. But he scored a lot of goals, a lot of big goals as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't like he wasn't no scrub. I mean, that outside of the boot goal against QPR in the league. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, madness.
He scored some
the Brazilian tech.
Yeah, he scored some beautiful goals. He was a very, very good player. We sold him because we got at that time astronomical money for him. We got 60 million Squadolians for him from the China. Remember the China league? You know.
Yeah.
He can't turn down. He can't.
I'm telling you now, he does not regret that one bit as well because he's had to retire because of his. Bro, he was on 400 bags a week when it wasn't common.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine went to China when it was the new thing. China was the new Saudi at that time.
Saudi thing at the time, yeah.
You know what I mean? And he finished what? He won two. He actually won two prems here, Andrew. He won it in 14-15 as well. Was it here 14-15?
Yeah, he was.
He left, didn't it? Yeah, he was because he would have won it. The first time he would have won it was after the Champions League, right? Actually, no, it would have been before. Now was he? It wasn't here for the Champions League.
They signed in the summer of 12.
That summer of 2012, he signed. Yeah, exactly. Because I've got a tweet up talking about it. Yeah, he's got the Europa League. He's got the League Cup. What trophy is this one? Brazilian champion as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can see at Chelsea, he won a few things here, bro. 2 league titles. That's not a joke. A few people have said Willian. Where would you sort of rank Willian?
Not that highly, but I think it was.
He is a funny one.
I think it was a little. Man, it was a little unfairly judged. I'll be real with you.
I think he might be slightly overrated.
Same.
Do you know what I mean? I think he gets too much.
Hold on a second, player. Let's just take it back a little bit because they got it on hydration break. But hold on a second, player. Let me just you know Guni said about the Cape Verde, yeah? The Cape Verde.
You're gonna get me divorced. I'm not looking.
Yeah.
They're trying to show the Cape Verde. Yeah. You know what I mean? And people, I think, it's only one. Andrew was right. It's only one league title. I don't know why transfer market's saying 2. Because he left. He wasn't here for 16-17, bro.
Yeah, but when
it's off the screen now, yeah.
I don't know when we sold him. That was the thing.
It depends when we sold him.
It might be one of those ones where he made enough appearances to get a medal. Even like sub or something. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like
that. Maybe. He wasn't here 16-17. That I remember, bro. I think he left. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, the cameraman listened to what I said, bro. I said, yo, show more you know what I'm saying? But they don't want to do that until now. Yeah. What have you not thought about that hydration break as well? It's fucking irritating.
Bro, it's dark. It's dark when you're married because they start panning the cameras.
Stop the momentum, can't it?
They start panning the cameras to the crowd, to the good-looking women, and your wife is sitting right next to you and looking at you watching the TV. So she's watching me watch TV to make sure I'm not watching what's going on TV. These guys need to do better. They really set us up for failure, man. Honestly.
Yeah, but Guni, you need to know though, because when they start to show some of these guys like Jude Bellingham and that, and yeah, your missus might be doing a look. You know what I'm saying? She's just looking to see what you're doing, and then just you know what I mean? Yeah.
Listen.
We can look, but we can't touch. We can look, but we can't touch, man. That's how it goes.
Nah, but bro, you know with the hydration breaks, yeah, it's needed. It's needed because I am not gonna lie to you. The heat that we get over here in America is very different to what you're used to over there in the UK. Bro,
but every 25 minutes though, I feel like it should be maybe like after 35, man.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think every 25 minutes might be a little. It feels.
It's not an end of it. The hydration breaks are not that. It's just the first quarter and the third quarter ending.
It's true,
in the
yeah.
football match.
Commercial
True.
breaks.
And in the States, Guni knows this. In the States, they have advert breaks during the hydration.
Yeah,
So they get more money. It's more money coming in. That's
It's
what
true.
it is.
It's actually
That's
true.
what it
That's
is.
what it's all about. Obviously, here they don't show no adverts, but if you're watching it in America, bruv, when I'm locked in at the weekend and I have to show it, watch the games on American TV and that, I see bare shit coming up. This is why you lot are just some. That's why a lot of you guys are Peter Griffins over there, Guni. You know, you're doing well to be jacked up the way you are, bruv. Because some of the adverts I see, Wingstop, In and Out,
Bro, that's why I got fat in the first
I want
place.
some of that shit, bruv.
That's why I was cooked in the first place, because when I got here, I just absolutely lost my mind. There were so many things like I'd never even heard of. I seen wow, Popeyes. I heard about this in the movies, bruv. Oh shit. I'm seeing this Cheesecake Factory. I'm seeing all kinds of madness. Burgers the size of bigger than my head going on, bro. I've got to try all of this. Cheesecake flavors I've never heard of before. I've got to try all of this. And then I'm watching the football. In between the advert is some next advert of some soul food or seafood place that just looks delicious and is saying order now for half price. You're set up to fail in this country, bro. You're set up to have a heart attack and to get divorced and to lose all your money. This is what the US is designed for.
Just to squash a nasty rumor in the chat, I did not need a break after seeing that Cape Verde bitch. Okay, that was just
that's too funny. Let me read some of the super chats. Let's have a quick break. Let me read some of the super chats here. Yeah. Snow Bunny, Flawless Snow Bunny, right? Says long live King Flawless as his Snow Bunny's horse ride him at the moment. I saw this guy in the chat the other day, bro. Big yourself up. Big yourself up. I don't know what's going on with Flawless and you, bro. But big yourself up for the donation, man. Voodoo Post says City are the only club that keeps Real Madrid away. I mean, no. Listen, they think otherwise, bro. Because Rodri, there's been solid rumors there. You know, I don't think they would probably go for him now. But, you know, when it comes to Rodri, they're very scared. They're scared about that.
I remember Pep's not there anymore, guys. Pep is not there anymore. Okay.
Exactly. Pep was a massive reason why a lot of these players would stay. Tenzino says Anelka scored 69 goals and 38 assists in 184 appearances. Most people only mention Costa and Drogba as successful strikers. Hey, you are spot on. Yeah? You are spot on, bruv. That Anelka drip. You see that Anelka Ancelotti diamond drip? What do you know about that diamond drip, people? Yeah? What do you know about that diamond drip, Anelka drip, bro? What do you know about the sock, the gloves? Yeah,
but Anelka
the gloves with the short sleeve. What do you know about that? You don't know about that, yeah. What do you know about this Bolton?
Bolton, you know, man played for
the guy was scoring 20 plus at Bolton.
Bolton.
Understand the statement during that time of what I said, the impact of what I'm saying.
Bolton as well.
And keep going. I'm about to bring a kid that reminds me of Anelka.
Do you know, Don? 20 goals in that era playing for Bolton is absolute madness.
Bolton.
It's madness.
Let me bring this kit out.
Bolton without JJ Kocher, by the way. It's not with JJ Kocher.
Yeah. Madness.
Let me bring this kit out, bro. This kit right here, bro. This is one of the first guys I think of when I think of this kit, blood. Man like Nicolas. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Nicolas. Yeah. This is Nicolas right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one right here. You know what? You know this one Guni with the gloves, isn't it? You know this one Andrew as well, blood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Only thing I don't like the guy about.
Can I just say, could you send that picture? Can you send that picture to Nike? That's how kits are supposed to be made.
I should, didn't it? You know what? Yeah, bro. They need to remake this one, though. I can't lie. They've remade a few of the
black
kit.
Black kit.
This needs to be remade. This kit is beautiful.
A black kit always hits right.
Always.
You can add different colors to it as well. A black kit will always hit right. It's sleek.
Always.
It just looks good no matter what. Even that orange trim on it will always look good. But Anelka, very, very good. I keep people, whoever want to miss the try, I will always keep saying there are 3 strikers that have done well under Roman, and he's the 3rd one. And also, if you remember, during that time of the Ancelotti thing, he sacrificed a lot of his game because he played out wide because Drogba played in the middle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He sacrificed a lot. Serious numbers. He still put up serious numbers.
Because Anelka was a baller.
He was baller.
Mm-hmm. You know what's even crazy? There was I was talking about obviously Lampard.
VS bombed him out. VS Boas bombed him out of the squad for no reason.
Yeah. Bro, that was just a weird time. VS Boas came. You know, he's that guy. Yeah. It went wrong for him because he tried to come with too much authority, bro. Like, that wasn't the team to be doing that to, bro. I don't know if you have heard the story that Terry's spoken about with when they're on the plane. When they're on the plane, and then he said about like Villas-Boas was like trying to have some of the youth team players sing with the first team and that, and Terry and that were like, yo, we're not going nowhere until you move those guys to the back. There's a pyramid here. You know what I mean? And I agree with that as well, but there is a pyramid. When you just break through as a player and you're in the first team, bro, you've got to just be there. If they want their boots cleaned, you clean their boots, blood. If they want to drink, you bring a drink downstairs, bro. That's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, Villas-Boas, that was destined to fail from the beginning with how he was moving, man. But what's not destined to fail is Jersey FC Soccer Shop this summer, people, man. You see that kit I just showed you lot? That's directly from them. Go check it out. Don CFC, 20% off at checkout, people. Andrew, you bought a few kits from there, right? Already?
I'm going to. I told you, I'm looking for the older style kits. Like I'm looking for prime AC Milan ones. So I get Seedorf on the back when he plays them. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I'll be looking. I won't be getting any of the Nike Chelsea kits. I've never liked the home Nike kits whatsoever. I'm getting the old school Adidas style kits, you know, and stuff like that.
Yes,
you know,
the old school ones are nice, man. Old school ones are nice.
Home and away.
The core ones as well. The cores ones as well.
Yes, the cores one. You know what I'm gonna get?
Let me just show you some. I'll show you some of them here as well.
I'm going to see if they've got that wacky. I'm going to see if they've got that wacky grey and orange away one.
Oh, I love that one, man. I absolutely love that one.
And the yellow one as well. The yellow
and that one too, yeah. But that grey and orange one, you just bruv. I love that kit. Love that kit.
That's amazing.
Too nice, bro. See this one here?
Yeah, of course, Frankie.
You got this one here, man. Like Dubs. Dubs jumps on the channel. His dad was wearing this for Chelsea, bro. Yeah, man, like Michael Dubu.
Yeah,
you get me. You got this one as well. You know what I'm saying? We won the FA Cup in this. I wore this one.
There we go.
You get me.
There we go.
This one right here as well, man.
Zola on the back of that one. That's what you get. Zola 25 on the back of that.
Zola, bro. I've got another one here. It's just Roma. It's a nice Roma kit here, people. You can see that one. You know what I'm saying, man? Proper stuff, man. Proper stuff, so go check them out. Don CFC at checkout. You can see this. This is where I keep all my stuff, bruv. You know what I'm saying? But proper stuff, man. But yeah, Willian, we didn't really get through Willian. Like what we saying, underrated, overrated. I'm putting him overrated.
Yeah, he's slightly overrated.
With the whole Neto situation now, I'm like, we're chasing out Willian, but his miles better than Neto, bro. I remember what Willian was. He used to frustrate us the way Neto frustrates us. That's what Willian used to do as well, blood. It's apart from that one season when Hazard fell off. Apart from that one season when Hazard fell off, bro.
And he carried us to 10th.
He carried us to 10th. The free kicks he was scoring. That guy scored a few free kicks that season, didn't he?
Season. He had a good season that year, man. To be fair, that's why I'll give him the respect, because he actually, it could have been, if we never had Willian in that team, boy.
Yeah,
it could have been dark. So you got to kind of give him respect for that. But no, do you know what? I've got to agree with you, man. I think I was just being a bit sentimental, considering that he gave it his all when we weren't really bothered. But yeah, overrated, bro. Overrated. For the time that he was definitely at Chelsea, when you weigh it up, bro, you can't really give him more than that. That's the truth.
Have you got a name in mind, Guni, that you think either way for you, bro? Because I've got a few names in it, but I've got to man them. The chat as well. Bring up some names in the chat as well. Someone brought up Shola. You might say Shola. I liked him.
I liked him. I think he was a good player. But I think Shola was a victim of just the quality that was around him, bro. That's what I just simply think he was.
We bought freaking Quadrado in to replace
Quadrado.
And he barely played for Chelsea. Wasn't he doing that like Juve half the time?
Yeah, that's what
bro, that was one of the weirdest. Quadrado was one of the like big names at the time. If you
but Shola was.
He was bought.
Understanding being frustrated and stuff like that, but Shola was great, man.
He was
very good.
Wait, that Fabregas pass.
Whoa! The season. Oh my god.
That's probably like, I don't know where you might rank it in terms of the Chelsea goals you've seen. That's top 3 for me that I've ever seen.
Bro. That's top 3 for me. That's one of the greatest assists in Premier League history.
100%.
Yeah.
I was there for that game, but I couldn't see it from where I was sitting. I couldn't see it. But when I got home and saw the highlights, I could not believe it. I was like, wait, he fucking did that. I missed it.
Madness.
Crazy.
That was the first game of the season. When I saw that goal, I said, we're winning the league.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know, there's moments, trust me. Like, there's moments like where you've got absolutely no right to call it, but something happens. Yeah, you know what? From I'm seeing this, we win the league, and it happens.
Yeah,
league. Yeah,
100%.
I went from that summer. I went, who we signed. I went, we're doing this. We're bossing this.
Yeah, bro. Do you remember them times there where we wouldn't even have to play like a month or two of football, and we can say, yeah, we'll win this league.
I just Mourinho got. I remember Mourinho. He got the new slick. He got the slick short hairstyle at the start of the season. He was showing up in suits because at the end of last season he was in track suits, stuff like that. He was showing up in boss suit away at Burnley. He was showing up like he was in Armani, walking the catwalk at Burnley, and he went, with Fabregas, Costa, Courtois in there. I've actually got one, and I don't know if you agree. I think he's still underrated now, and that's John Obi Mikel.
100%.
Underrated. You think he's underrated?
I think he's underrated. I tell you,
I'm the other way. I can't lie. This is the first one.
No. He's never.
I think he's overrated by some now. I think he's overrated by some now.
No, that's the thing, Don. I don't know who you're speaking to because when people bring up great Chelsea players, it's like, he's never like.
But they say, he walks into our midfield now. That's what they say. He walks into our midfield now.
That's what they say. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie.
Guni agrees with that. Guni agree with that, innit?
With what? Say that again, who?
He walks into our midfield now and that.
Oh, now. Oh, now. Sorry.
Mikel.
John Obi Mikel walks into this current midfield.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
yes.
100%. Who would you start?
I'd have to. It would be a midfield three. I'd accommodate for him. It would be a midfield three. Sorry, he'd sit right there at the base of the bottom, and whoever's gonna be the two to play in front of him will be the two. But he has to be in that squad because my thing with him, when you brought that guy on the pitch,
sorry.
When that guy came on the pitch, you knew you weren't conceding nothing. Everything.
Also,
he was there to lock off games. I agree with that. He was very good at that. Very good at that.
Look for 2 years, right? Look who he had to battle to get him to play a game midfield, right? You had to battle Essien, Makelele, Ballack, and Lampard to start in the midfield. I've never heard of any midfielder coming in. Like, because remember, and also there was confusion about what type of player he was. Because for us, he was a DM. For Nigeria, he was a 10. Do you know, he made us a 10, Rampage at 8. Do you know what I mean? It was like, and remember, we bought him off of Man United, who bought him off of someone else in that summer for like 12 million or something like that. I think even
you're literally on the verge of joining United, bruv. Yeah,
that's right. I think even now, after he's played, he's still underrated. Do you know what I mean? People like they don't give him his flowers. I think he'll be remembered more as a podcaster than a Chelsea player.
Yeah, I just feel like he was I think he was just decent, innit? I just think he was decent. I think
it's because of the job that he was deployed to do. It's not a pretty job.
It's
not gonna. People are just not gonna look at it as fondly as they'd look at maybe an Essien and these guys who've got them blockbuster moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he was just Mr. Efficiency, clean up, and just whatever happens, do not concede.
And he literally scored one goal. Yeah, I think he even scored it. I think his only goal for Chelsea was against Middlesbrough.
That's what I'm saying. And then he also
wasn't supposed to do that. He wasn't supposed to score. That's the thing.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He was literally Makelele's understudy.
100%.
You know,
it was Fulham. It was Fulham that he scored against. Sorry, it was Fulham. 2013, 2014. He scored. Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. He wasn't designed to at Chelsea. Even after Mourinho left, he was never and came back. He was never asked to be anything more than just a destroyer. You know what I mean? That's what he was asked to do. And he's at the time, I've got to confess, I was like that because we had all the other midfielders. But getting older and seeing him and makes more respect. That's why I don't get on Solomon Kalou a lot now. At the time I did. Do you know what I mean? But Solomon Kalou now,
you'd have him now.
I don't care the prices I'm seeing for wingers right now. Solomon Kalou would be £200 million right now.
Would you call it?
200 million. It'd be 200 million.
Would you man call him a legend? Would you man call him a Chelsea legend?
Who, Kalou?
Yeah, not Kalou, Mikel.
Yes, I would.
I'd have to put him in. I'd have to put him in that crop.
I tell you what. This is my criteria for it. Anyone's a legend from that era that won that Champions League was in that squad and in that team because you remember that club for ages. He was also a part of the double winning squad as well, and the Mourinho as well under that one. So he's won a shit ton of trophies.
He's done, bro. The contribution he's had for Chelsea,
he contributes exactly.
I think he was a good servant. What do you call it when you call it a servant? Like what's the term for it again?
No,
like
I
wouldn't call him a legend. Cult hero, maybe not even a cult hero, but like he's a good servant for the club, innit? Cult hero. I look at I'm trying to think of someone who's like a cult hero for us. I look at Thiago Silva as a cult hero. I think Thiago Silva. I don't know if would you say Thiago Silva's a legend?
No.
I'd say he's more of a cult hero. I'd say Thiago Silva's more of a cult hero than Mikel. because Thiago Silva came to Chelsea, bro, helped us win the Champions League. He came at a time where we was going through some fuckery and that as well, blood. We didn't win the league, obviously, but he just improved us so much.
You might be right, just from the standpoint that he weren't at the club long enough.
Yeah, he weren't at the club long enough. I can't really call Silva a legend, but I'll say he's definitely a cult hero for Chelsea.
In terms
legend, bro.
Like, after that dominance era that I call it, with that core squad that we had, I'd say outside of that, he's definitely probably top 3 most important players since outside of them. I'm talking like your Lampards, your Terrys, your mainstay guys from back then. I think outside of that group, he's definitely one of the top more important players since.
100%. 100%. I just don't think he sits in the same room as Frank and Drogba and
no, he doesn't.
No, listen.
Thank you for the 2012 final for that. Thank you for the final, Andrew. I thought he was amazing in the final. But I just don't put him in that category, bro.
I think, listen. I think you can still. I think people can still be legends at their clubs, but there's different levels of legends.
That's true as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would like listen. John Terry's a legend at this club, but for his off-the-field antics, he goes down levels for me in terms of his legendary status. Do you know what I mean? Like Lampard.
You put him down because of that.
No, I don't. I say he's a legend still, but that's just my personal opinion, right? On the pitch, it's hard to like. With John Terry, he's a very controversial figure, right? Even off the pitch, right, and something like that. Do you know what I mean? He's very, but there's different levels of legend. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just. Like,
but that's why there's different names for it. That's why there's different names for it, though, isn't it?
No. But I
cult hero, servant of the club. Servant of the club.
No, because I tell you why, Obi Mikel couldn't be a cult hero because people that didn't recognize him like at that time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the job that he'd done. So you can't even.
He's not a cult hero. I wouldn't put him as cult hero. Like, would you say Ramirez is a cult hero? Someone said Ramirez is a cult hero. I'd probably call him a legend, bro. I'll be real.
I'd call him a legend as well.
I'd call Ramirez a legend.
I'm sorry, Don.
And I feel if you're gonna call him
Ramirez a legend,
you've got to call Mikel a legend.
Yeah, man, but Ramirez, bro. I hear it, but I don't know, man. Who would you say was more effective for Chelsea then? For you, man?
Ramirez.
You know what I mean? I feel like I just saw Ramirez more, bro.
I would say Ramirez.
Ramirez was actually in the 11.
Let's not diminish the role and responsibility that Mikel also had as well. Honestly, because that again, those particular roles are underrated, 100%. Because like this is what I'm saying now. Like if we had somebody like that last season, we probably wouldn't have leaked as many goals as we did.
This is going to sound mad, right? And I like the player even more than John Obi Mikel, but because of his injuries, John Obi Mikel is more of a legend at the club than Michael Essien.
Essien is nowhere near legendary status. Essien is nowhere near legendary.
That's what I'm saying. I love Essien.
I loved him.
I think Essien without the injuries would be a bona fide legend at this club, right? He'd be a definite legend, bro. I saw him play right back an entire season in 06, 07. Do you know what I mean? Like Guni's talking about that goal against Arsenal. He was playing right back when he scored that goal against Arsenal, okay?
Yeah.
But what I'm talking about, I think there's different. It's all about opinions, right? And that's why we do the underrated, overrated thing, right? I just think he will still be. John Obi Mikel will always be underrated in my eyes by this fan base, even by myself at the time. It will just always be like that, you know.
Yeah. And then HM says worst take of all time. I don't understand how that's the worst take of all time, bro. Because if I start to show you man tweets of what I used to say about Mikel, you hate me even more, HM. Right? I just never. I thought he was just decent. Whereas Ramirez, I thought Ramirez was a baller, bruv. Right? And I was literally seeing this guy, right, starting a lot of our games, you know, being more effective than Mikel. Like Mikel was a very good squad player to have. And obviously it was harder for him, to be fair, like with the players that he had at the time. But Ramirez used to find his way in that 11 somehow. He was very important for what we wanted to do. Mikel was more, when we need to see out the game, when Mikel's coming on, you know it's time to, the game's done.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The game's over. Forget about trying to score now. Mikel's here to lock off the game. But obviously, Ramirez and Mikel are different types of players anyway. Maybe it's my bias of looking at
it's apples and oranges, because for me, like, I feel like with Ramirez, his best role for me was box to box. That's the role that I felt was Ramirez. But then when you look at Mikel, for me, it was sitting behind the pivot.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah. People seem to forget. Big up Kevin for this as well, yeah? Bro, this was before the times of social media. This guy was heavily criticized back then, you know.
He was,
like he used to get cooked. Mikel, I remember what people used to say about Mikel because I lived through it. Yeah. He used to get cooked, bruv. HM says Ramirez was here for 5 years, banned in the Champions League final. Mikel was here for long and arguably man of the match in the Champions League final. Bro, I just feel like for me, when I watched them,
Peter Cech's man of the match in that Champions League final.
Of course he was. Peter Cech was comfortably man of the match. Comfortably man of the match. Again, I'm not trying to downplay what Mikel did. I'm just saying you're looking at two players who gave a lot to the club. For me, I just look at Ramirez more of a legend than I do Mikel. I just feel like he was more in the team, more involved in the things that were winning at the time.
To be fair, it wasn't even a legend conversation. It was more of an underrated.
More underrated, exactly. Yeah, more underrated
conversation.
But both these guys agree. They think Mikel was underrated, where I think he was a bit overrated by some. But to be fair, after what you lot have said, I think we'll probably beat him.
You just put up what you just said. He was people were having a go at him back then, so it's no one overrated him. Do you know what I mean? Back then, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
No one rated him. Back then,
yeah, and that's why I said overrated. That's why I said overrated because people back then, when they were watching him, they weren't really digging him the way that people are now trying to rewrite what he was. But I remember what he was. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said before, Don, when you've got to go against the likes of Essien, Makelele, Ballack, and Lampard, you're not a winner. Do you know what I mean? It's like
100. Let me quickly read the super chat from Assad as well. Man said I look like Ramirez. You know what I get all the time, bro? Growing up, I play like Ramirez, bro. And then they moved on to Kante. So you man can see what type of player I am. Everyone, bro, yo, this guy plays like Ramirez, you know. And I used to get gas when they used to call me Ramirez because that was one of my favorite players for Chelsea, bro. You know what I mean? So, big up Assad. It says Mikel and Christian Caballero underrated.
Celestine.
You know what? Yeah, one thing about Assad, one thing about you, bro. Yeah, I think there's times where you just like button bash on your keypad. Because there's things that you say and it's just not making sense.
No, I think his predictive text. He's tried to say Celestine, but the text has said Christian instead, and let's put it up like that.
Celestine, you know.
That was.
And he will still send it. This guy's rich. I'm telling you, this guy's rich, bro. He will still send it as well. Yeah. Demba Ba underrated. What are we saying about Demba Ba?
Good striker.
Good striker. I don't think.
Yeah, it wasn't at Chelsea. Didn't really get them heights.
Never flowed. Yeah,
I watched that game back as well when Gerrard slipped. Yeah, and we were horrendous in that game, you know. And then ball was horrendous. The guy was playing like his boots were too big, bruv. But we
played Callas in we Mark Schwartz. We played second string team, bro. You know,
brilliant.
You know mad,
and we don't team again.
You know how mad it is? It was a second string team, and Lampard and Cole were considered second string players in that season of 13-14. Because they were on their way out, they were finishing their careers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we still wiped the smile of those Merseyside bastards.
That game was. But when you don't get a chance, try watch it back because I watched it on like the Sky Sports. They normally do this thing, Guni, in it, where like they'll play old games back. So I love to just watch these games, bro, just to like reminisce, innit? And bro, when I watched it back, I'm like, yo, how the hell did we win this game? Because we were horrendous, blood. We were shocking. You know what I mean? We were so bad. Habib says Bar was not good. His balance used to piss me off. Yeah, he was. That's what I said against Liverpool. He was all over the place, right? How about Remy? Someone said Remy in the chat earlier as well. What would you rank him?
He got. You know what happened? You know the problem with Remy, right? The problem was this, right? Every time Costa got injured or suspended, Remy started and then he got injured in the same game, right? I remember, or we bought him, but then Mourinho bought Drogba back and played Drogba instead of Remy in the games, and it was like, bro, what's happening here? Yeah, he was desperately unlucky in terms of that. I can't really rate him that much. Scored a couple of good goals and stuff like that, but yeah, he was desperately unlucky in terms of who, like I said, Costa was the main guy.
Yeah. He was at Bull. He was actually at Bull Leagues the other week because he played for like the creators versus like the legends. So he was there with Papi Cisse was there, blood. Remember that goal that my man scored against us, Cisse?
Yeah.
I've seen
Czech said that's the greatest goal that's ever scored against him. That's what Czech said.
It's one of the greatest I've ever seen with my two eyes.
Czech said.
Were you there for that one, Guni?
Yeah, bro, on my kids, I was actually there. I swear to you, I was. I legitimately was. I don't know what else to tell you. I actually was.
Bro, Remy was. If you've been on Ultimate Team for a while, people, we play FIFA. Remy was serious on FIFA, bruv. Yeah, he was so cheap, but the pace and the finishing on that guy, And I liked him at QPR as well, man. When I saw him at Baller Leagues, he was like standing next to me, yeah, but I didn't get a chance to take a picture of him because there was just things going on in it. But he was literally right there. I was like, "Raw man, like Remy, you know."
He's got a banging goal.
Duff was underrated.
Yeah, Duff was
underrated.
Top player.
Underrated, bro.
What? Him and Robin, that combination, bro. What I would, mate, if we had that in the Premier League again at Chelsea, wow.
Would you say it was underrated or overrated?
Criminally underrated, G.
Underrated, bro.
Duff was a baller. What?
That's how you know it's underrated. Because I don't really hear a lot of people speaking about him like that, you know. And it's like, bro, this guy was key, you know, in those teams that we had.
Duff was a baller. Bro, even I feel annoyed at myself for forgetting about this guy's name. Him and Joe Cole were ballers that we don't mention enough.
Yeah. Duff was.
You're right.
Duff was insane.
You're right, bro. Yeah, now 15 Remy was down. It says that 92 acceleration, 91 speed was too overpowered. I'm telling bro, everyone had them in their team. I loved having Remy in my team, bro. Because I knew all I had to do was one ball over the top. Yeah, because back then I was on Xbox. So it was what's the trigger? It's not L1, it's like LT.
I don't know, bro. I've been a
Sony
man from day, bro. I've never been.
Yeah, we're PlayStation 2, so really, man.
It was like LTY over the top or through ball. Remy's getting that shit. Remy's getting that shit. We're not missing.
XY rubbish.
Yeah, Barbo, Javinho, Iturbi, FIFA 15. People know, blood.
People know that, you know, with Duff, people forget that like he was keeping up with like Robin and these guys in terms of quality, bro. He was obviously Robin was Robin, but like he was not that far off the way he was playing.
It was great. It was great.
That way, yeah, fantastic.
Even the season
before, it's just the Irish. You know that you see the Irish in him, innit? That's what it was.
Yeah. He was brilliant. That 04-05 season, he would score like in the opening 2 minutes, set us on his way like that. 3 points already done. You know what I mean?
You already knew.
He scored in the first couple of minutes. And he tore Barcelona to shreds in that first half of that second leg where we won.
Oh yeah,
absolutely tore him to shreds. He was brilliant.
To be a fullback to have to defend against Robin and Duff, I'd call him sick.
Those guys are not stopping, you know.
Yeah, but I'm not joking with you. I'm calling the gaffer and saying, yo, I don't know, I got something contagious. I don't want to fuck the squad up. I'm staying out. It's not doing it.
And with Duff, yeah, Andrew always speaks about this all the time about like Chelsea are the club. We are the club that make people world class. We bought him from Blackburn, bruv. Yeah. From Blackburn, you know what I'm saying? And then we made him basically at that level.
Do you know how the deal went down for Duff? He was literally getting on the plane for pre-season with Blackburn Rovers. Agreed the deal like that. He's walking off the plane. He was actually off the plane.
Yeah, he walked off the plane.
Yeah, bro. He was like, I'm planning for Chelsea.
On the plane. He was on the plane, bro.
Then he went. I remember he went to Newcastle after. Then he went to Fulham. I remember him at Fulham. Yeah. He was part of that Fulham team that got to the. If you remember the Europa League, the final.
Yeah.
He had Dempsey and them, man. Dempsey. They had all those guys there, bro. I remember that team, man.
Yeah.
Joe Cole. What we saying about Joe Cole? Overrated or underrated?
Criminally underrated, bro. Well, let me tell you something about Joe Cole because I was able to watch this guy.
Were you there as well?
No, well, for games, of course.
You there for the Man United goal? The goal against Man United.
But this guy, but honestly, all jokes aside, when it comes to being technical, he is one of the best technical English players I have ever seen in my life. This is why I say he's underrated because people do not understand the level of technicality that guy had. Unbelievable. Bro, if you guys are old enough to know, people in the chat that kicked ball, I walked around Lilshall and I saw this guy walking around the halls with a golf ball. If you know what Lilshall is, put it in the chat. Yeah, and understand this was normal. He was just literally in his flip-flops, just walking around as if he just had a shower, just kick up with a golf ball, just walking around. Normal. The guy's technically just on a next.
And don't let...
You know what I used to call him? Mandem, yeah? I used to call Joe Cole Hazard before Hazard. That's what I used to call him, bro. Hazard before Hazard, yeah? Because, again, he was one of my favorite players at the club. He was so good, bro. It's the... You know what it is, Andrew, about him, yeah? It's that low center of gravity, yeah? Even Hazard are very similar because I'm telling you, when you're that small, the thing that you've always got, bruv, is the back. Sterling
Yeah.
is another one as well. You see that's
There's
back, bro.
always-
The center of gravity is always on point. You
Yeah,
can't
and
be
there's
Always on
there's
point,
always
bro. He used to
this,
just dribble and you used to see back off, blood. You know what I'm saying? When you're seeing back off like that, bro, big pools, you know, you're not getting a ball off my man, bro. You know what I mean?
And there's always this rubbish that rival fans, some Chelsea fans even like think that Mourinho didn't make him a better player. Absolute horseshit. Mourinho didn't make him a better player. He's the reason he got into the frigging England team in the 06 World
100%.
Cup on left hand side. He toughened him up. That's what he did.
100%.
And people forget that 05-06 season when we won that goal again where he literally had Rio Ferdinand spinning, bro, on that goal. Like that.
Oh yeah. You mean that OT for the league, yeah?
Yeah.
No, at the bridge, bro. The bridge.
At the bridge. Okay.
That was the last game of the season.
What the one I'm thinking of? Joe Cole at Old Trafford.
No, that was away. That was 09-10. That was 10
yeah,
that was
one.
back then. No, I'm talking about like that. The one where he literally took the ball down, or I think he chested it or something like that. Then he did like some weird movement, and he's gone. This
is one of my earliest memories of the World Cup. That goal.
Oh, that
yeah. 06. That was 06, innit? 06 World Cup. That's the thing about Joe Cole, bro. Like the only thing that ruined him was the injuries as well. He's another one that was ruined by injuries too, bro. You know what I mean?
Let me say something about that Sweden goal, right? We're talking about the volley, yeah? That's the volley.
Yeah,
the volley.
Anybody that knew Joe Cole knew that in that moment he was going to do something like that. He was going to try and pull something off like that. No one was surprised when he done that. Not a single person.
Nope. And bro, when you watch a lot of interviews back and you see a lot of these guys, like, because obviously Joe Cole was at West Ham, right? And he was playing with like Ferdinand and that. Bro, some of the things that you hear these guys saying, like he was the best player at his age and that.
They're not lying, bro. They're not lying. They're not lying. It's the truth. It's a fact. Yeah. And I can bring you someone. I can bring you someone. Leon Knight. I can bring him here, and he'll tell you the same shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you man have seen. You know what? I'm gonna send it to you, man, after separately. Yeah. There's a goal. So recently he was playing for like some Sunday League team, innit? I don't know if have you not seen the clip of the goal?
Yeah, I've seen it. You seen it?
Oh,
he's got his belly in that, bro. The technique doesn't leave you.
People, there's a video. If you just go on TikTok here, type in like Joe Cole on TikTok, Sunday League goal or something, right? Go type in right now as I'm talking, bro. Man, just like I need to watch the goal back, but what he did, I'm like, yo, this guy's not even playing anymore. But you just see that the tech is just natural ability. That's what you call natural ability.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Do you know how much we signed him for in 03?
How much?
Like
6.6 million we signed him for. That's what we signed him for.
Damn, man.
Imagine him that look. We're talking about a player like fucking Mateus Fernandes going for 80 million from a relegated West Ham side. I know we have to adjust for inflation and all that shit and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I think someone put in the chat that he's overrated, bro. You just don't know. You just
ding. Hey, Floyd. We might have a winner here. Ramirez and Hasselbank for me are my biggest. I don't even know why I didn't put this guy on the thumbnail, but HM, bro. Hey, listen, go pat yourself on the back because this shout here, bro. This is one of the most underrated
100%.
players, not just Chelsea players, bro. Underrated players in the Premier League. Yeah, in the Premier League. This guy was a shooter outside of the box as well, bro. The free kicks man used to just bag as well, bro.
Just get out of the way. When Jimmy's charging one of them shots, don't even block it. Just get out of the way for your own safety and your own health. Move.
His celebrations are crap, but his goals were
but his goals weren't.
No. His goals, like, and the thing is, like, it's a bit annoying because he was part of a team, yeah. He was at Chelsea basically before Roman came. That season, he didn't really know what was going on, and he ended up getting moved on. So all the goals that he was scoring, bro, they didn't end up leading to like a league. If he stayed, bro, he would have ended up still being up there, bro. You know what I mean? Like he moved to Atletico Madrid after Chelsea, innit? Was it Atletico Madrid?
No, he moved to Middlesbrough afterwards.
He
came from Atletico.
He came from Atletico Madrid. Yes. You're right.
Ironically, under Ranieri. He played under Ranieri twice. Yeah, so
yeah. I saw a stat, about goals from outside the box. Bro, he's up there, Frank Lampard. In Premier League history. Yeah, the bangers outside the box. He had so many different finishes in his locker, bro.
There's a game against Spurs. I think we won 4-0. He scored a penalty as well, but he scored the perfect hat trick. Right foot, left foot.
Left foot, right foot header. I remember that.
I think it's 01-02 season. I think it's like that, something like that. So
Blue Boy says Jimmy wasn't underrated. Everyone knew how deadly he was. To be honest with you, I was quite young, yeah. But when I say underrated, it's the fact that I think we're just talking more about in hindsight.
He's not.
I don't really hear a lot of people talking about him.
We're talking into relation to players that have been here since then. You know what I mean? Like up until now. Yeah, but
I tell you, might have a case. Might have a case for underrated. His strike partner might have a case for underrated, and that's Good Johnson.
Good Johnson. His name's popped up a few times. His name's popped up a few times.
Classy.
Love playing against Barcelona as well. Always had good games against him in the Champions League.
Games. Played in midfield as well, like that. He was very, very good.
Icelandic, innit?
Icelandic. Like the
Icelandic,
He liked that little dink finish. Remember when he was 1-on-1 like that? Stuff like that.
They used to call him the Iceman and that, innit?
Iceman, yeah.
Very good, very good. Underrated. There's a lot right there. People forget about it because we have to remember generations of fans, right? The ones that I think now, like 20 odd, they're not going to remember. Do you know what I mean? Because they're just not going to remember. They haven't seen them. It's like that.
Well, this is where even Andrew, even with me, I always tell the people,
right?
The first season I remember, like where I started watching football, was 05, 06. I remember when we won the league with Mourinho, because obviously you're when you play, you just watch the TV, you see it. But in terms of actually being invested in football, 05, 06 is when I really started watching. But bro, you could do it on research, bruv. Go watch games back. Like, no one's gonna stop you. I've watched games back from the 90s with Zola and these guys, Vianney. I've watched the games from like the 2000s with Hasselbank and that, just so I know what was going on, because I didn't live through it. You know what I'm saying? I was too young. I was too young to remember.
Yeah, but there's a different connection when you've actually watched it live, even if it's
live.
The different things, so your memory's going to be like that. That's why the generation. That's why people always have Maradona ahead of Messi.
I'm on the stream.
Why do you think I got you on, Andrew? I got you on because you've lived through it.
I'm an old tree. That's why.
Yeah.
Cut me open. That's what it is like that. Yeah.
Bro,
man. Andrew's lived through it. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah. He's been around like me, man. Trust me. Chelsea old school legends.
Apart from Guni, my age shows and yours doesn't. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
If I take my hat off, do you know what I mean? It's not looking good.
Let's talk about man like Gary, innit?
Hold on. You gotta go back to the previous comment about Shevchenko and Crespo, because
Shevchenko. All right, let's go for Shevchenko and Crespo.
That one's painful because Crespo for me is one of my all-time favorite strikers. I loved Crespo, man. I did. Shevchenko, I'm gonna defend him because he was unbelievable at AC. I'm gonna defend him because let's be honest. The only reason why he came to Chelsea is because Abramovich was like, "Yo, bro, what you saying, man?" Like,
Mourinho never wanted him.
Bro, he turned up at training and he thought it was like a surprise visit. He was like, "Fuck, is he doing it?" Like,
you can tell.
Or the Mourinho one.
Yeah, you can tell if you look at body language, you can tell Mourinho when he took that summer. When he talks about Shevchenko and differently, and then when he talks about Michael Ballack, because they got in the same summer, you can tell that he was all for getting Michael Ballack. No problem, right? You can tell like the body language. And when he mentions Shevchenko, there's something that he goes. There's something over him. He goes, nah, he didn't. He never wanted him. And just to bring on Crespo's a unique case because first season, I think shell shocked him because I didn't think you'd expect someone like Chelsea to buy him. Let's be honest.
I didn't expect.
We got him. This is
look how he's looking at the medal, bro. Look, you see how he won. He looked at the medal. He knew.
This is the point where it's like at the time, Italy, the Italian league was probably the best league in the world still at that time.
Yeah.
Right, and to get someone like Crespo was a massive buy. So I remember we didn't have Cobham back then as well. We had that shitty training ground next to an airport. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So him going from the training ground at Milan or into Milan going to there must have been shell shock. And I remember then we went him on loan. But when he came back in 05, 06, he contributed quite a few goals. You know what I mean? And he had a good and at the end stretch, he had a good little partnership with Drogba.
What was the other goal that I was there for? He scored the last minute winner. But no, I was there for this. He scored. It might have even been his debut where he scored the last minute winner. Yes, Wigan. The last minute winner when he binned it. Yeah, bro. I was there for that.
I said I was there.
I think I'm gonna see Guni in one of those pictures in like the 70s where he was like with the FA Cup, next to Peter Osgood. There's like Guni in the background like that, He's gonna be like
as well with an iPhone. Just
yeah. Now people remember, man. People remember, bro. Crespo, you know what I'm saying? Shevchenko, of course, he came with a big rep in that, but I think again another one, injuries, isn't it? Injuries kind of.
That was looking back, that was the first summer where Roman fucked it, because if he just left it alone, I think we do a three-peat. I've got to be honest with you, because I don't think that Man United team was good until the season after, and the season after that. I think there's still enough for us to do a three-peat that season.
No, facts. Let's move on to Cahill though, innit? Because obviously we spoke about Joe Cole, and big up everyone that's still here as well. I see second half Spain is still struggling. You know, it's Cape Verde 0-0. I've seen maybe just 2 shots on goal from Spain.
Are they playing Cape Verde or Cape Fear, man? Because it's still 0-0 at the moment. I don't know.
It's still 0-0. All I keep seeing, every time I look down, I'm just seeing them trying to cross the ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing them here just trying to cross the ball, bro. Ooh, another shot on goal. But yeah, Cahill again, he's another player that we bought from Bolton. We bought him in January, if you guys remember, 2012. Helped us win the Champions League and that. Where would you guys rank him? Chat as well. Where would you rank Cahill? Underrated or overrated? I'm going underrated for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
It depends who you talk to, because I think that he got the credit that he deserves, to be fair. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna call him underrated because of that, but he's definitely not overrated. Definitely not. No. I like Cahill, but I just feel, again, it depends who you talk to and what conversations that you have. But generally, when I have conversations about Cahill, it's always people like, yeah, you know what? He was a good servant for the club still. That's an example done right there. He was a very good servant for the club. That's why I keep him right there, man. You know what I mean?
Remember, he played with no hamstrings against Bayern Munich in that final.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I thought he was shabbily treated. I thought he was shabbily treated by Sarri in his last season.
I think you're starting to lose it at that point, though, isn't it? You can see.
Probably right.
See, man, I think that's when football was kind of going away from like them typical old school centre backs. Terry was a modern day centre back when they weren't a thing. Terry could comfortably play in today's era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're probably right. I think Cao's. I think he's very good. £7 million in January 2012. I think it's a bargain.
He scored goals for us, won trophies with us,
defense for us. He was part. I think he's one of the best ever for his price and what he gave, but one of the best ever signings.
Remember that goal he scored against PSG when all the defenders touched the ball? That was like JT, Ivanovic.
Yeah.
You remember that one? That was PSG. It was like, was that 50? Was that 50?
Was that the comeback win? Was that the Denver?
That was, I think that was the comeback. But it was definitely against PSG. Definitely against PSG, bro. He scored quite a few goals for us, man. Let me even check. Let me even go check right now.
He's got a blinder against Spurs away.
Yes, that banger. Yeah,
he did.
How many goals did Cahill score for Chelsea? Let me check. Because he scored a lot for Bolton, bro. That guy was good. He scored 25 goals, you know.
Plays in a back
25 goals for Chelsea.
Plays in a back three and a back four as well. Remember?
Ivanovic scored that goal in Paris. Yeah, sorry, it was Ivanovic that scored, but Cahill might have got the assist. But I remember it was like the defenders that linked up for that goal.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Cahill had the funniest way. You know, bro, if you actually go look at how Cahill plays, again, before people try to clip me up and try to take things out of context, I am not saying he's as good as Saliba, all of these things. Bro, Saliba runs like him, bro. I'm telling you. The way Saliba is on the ball, when someone told me that, when I saw it, I was like, bro, I can't unsee it now.
You know, yeah. Do you know what Cahill moment lives in my head rent free, bro? It's the own goal that he scored against Man City. We still came back with that game. But what an acrobatic own goal that was. That was hilarious.
I think he was underrated, man. Listen, I've spoken to Alexis a few times about him.
AP has just put an absolute banger of a comment, and it might be my favorite comment of the day, bro.
Ricardo Carvalho.
I'm going to come out and categorically say this. Yeah.
You really think he's underrated by the fan base?
No, I'm going to take it a step further.
I don't think he's underrated either.
To me, he's the best centre back I've seen at Chelsea since.
It's a generational.
After Desailly, he's the best I've seen at Chelsea. I'm sorry.
What do you like about him so much for the youngins? I didn't get to watch him, bro.
For Ricardo Carvalho.
Yeah.
Broski, his positioning, his ability to clean up, aerially, the timing of his tackles, last-ditch tackles in the box. Bro, just having him as your centre-back partner, you do not have to worry about a single thing, let alone to mention that he was part of the duo that conceded 15 goals in one Premier League season. That should tell you enough.
He scored in that last day as well against United to wrap up the league. He scored two. He scored in that game.
The guy was just absolutely. I think I'll honestly say for me, he's one of my favorite ever Premier League centre backs to watch. I'm sorry.
You've got to be good. You've got to be good because remember, he literally forced Gallas to play left back.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? So it's like you have to be good. I know he played for Mourinho in Porto and something like that.
In Porto, yeah.
There's one, remember, because he brought Ferreira along with him, so literally brought the right side of our defense.
I remember that Champions League campaign. Before, bro, I remember saying that centre back Ricardo Carvalho, someone needs to get him. Hopefully, Chelsea get him. When we signed him, I was overjoyed. But even at that point, what we got from him, I never expected him to be that good.
Yeah, he's defo Ricardo Carvalho's. Ricardo Carvalho's Terry's best ever defensive partner.
I'd say so.
I was just about to ask you that. Yeah, who do you think's been Chelsea's best centre back partnership?
It's them two for obvious reasons. It's not Dessay because Dessay was more of a mentor role for John Terry and stuff.
For JT, yeah.
I think though, I do think if Carvalho hadn't come, I think Gallas and Terry would have done well as a partnership because they were starting to click a bit.
They still would have won the league,
Yeah, we still would have won the league. I don't know if we probably wouldn't have got I don't know if we would have got that goals record.
No way.
That's the thing because I don't know, but anyway, he's very good, very underrated. But not very underrated, but I think he's underrated by rival fans more than Chelsea.
Of course, they're going to try to dumb down.
When they talk about, listen, I think Vidic is a great defender, but I'd have Carvalho over Vidic
all day. Yeah, man. This is the problem. As much as I love Silva, but again, it goes back to like some of these guys clearly weren't about back then.
Yeah. You can't put
Silva can't be in Chelsea's all-time 11, bro. I'm sorry, he can't, man. He's a cult hero. That's what I'm saying. People. Is Silva overrated, people? Are people starting to overrate Silva a little bit? Because for me, he's a cult hero, and I love him for his time. Cult hero is last game as well. Like I love the banner. If you go look at my header is literally the banner of Thiago Silva before, like on his last day.
I think what helps this case is probably the defenders that he was playing with. Do you know what I mean? In terms of I think maybe I don't think he's overrated. Maybe his time at Chelsea is a bit overrated. Not the player himself, because remember. He was also helped by playing in the back three a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of that, so it's one of those. But when they do an all-time 11, it has to be Carvalho, Terry at centre.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be, bro. And the thing is, Silva's debut scared me, bro, against West Brom. He was having absolute power.
It was both games. Remember, he got sent off when we lost 5-2 at home to them. He got sent off.
No,
bro,
this guy's played against the greatest in the Champions League. He can't handle fucking West Brom.
That's why despite them two starts, right? I said it's not going to continue like this for him because he's a player. I remember I followed Thiago Silva from his AC Milan days when he went to PSG. So I knew a lot about this player. And I knew this guy was always from AC Milan. He was world class wherever he went. From that point,
100%, bro. The thing about it, what makes me so happy, the fact that we gave him. We are the only club from his whole career, his decorated career. We are the only club that have given him the big one, the Champions League, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. He couldn't do it with Tuchel the year before. He couldn't do it at AC Milan. You know what I'm saying? Porto, right? We gave it to him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think low key, right? I think low key PSG were humiliated by that. And let me tell you why. Because Chelsea not only took one of their leaders, they took their captain as well, right? Because they took Tuchel, and then they also took Thiago Silva, and then they went and done it at Chelsea. So that there, given what they were doing at that time with the money and all that they had spent, I think it was a bit of egg in their face.
Yeah, that was a good signing. It was a top signing. Top signing for me. But I just don't think he was here long enough or enough for me to be saying legendary status. I think people do a bit too much because of who he is.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? But you can still put him in a cult hero. You know what I'm saying? He saved us. He came and he saved us with a lot, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he didn't get to play the final. That was the only annoying thing about
But
so.
now
he got
I do
taken off,
have.
didn't he?
Sorry to cut you off. I do have to run. Hey, big up yourself, Don. Big up yourself,
I will
Andrew.
finish off now. We're
Oh,
gonna finish off now anyway. Yeah, we're gonna finish off now anyway, man. We've been going nearly 2 hours. Man. But people, listen, make sure that you lot are subscribing to Guni. He's back active again. Have you got anything coming up this week, Guni?
This week, yeah, I should have a few things coming up. I'll make some announcements probably tomorrow when I get a video up.
Big up, my bro, man. Make sure that you lot smash up the likes and make sure that you lot subscribing to Guni as well. Andrew, is there any more that you wanna sort of speak about? You mentioned Kalu quite a lot. I mean,
no.
You say he's underrated, overrated.
No, I don't think he's. I don't think he's either. I think he's in the middle. I think he's in the middle. You know what I mean? I just say now. I'm just saying now. He's better than nearly every winger that people are trying to buy right now. I'm just saying right now.
That's how football's falling off because Kalu.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what
I'm saying. It's not a real compliment, Kalu. It's a diss at wingers right now. That's what it is. That's what it is. When I see people going for 100 million right now, Kalu scored goals, bro. He scored goals. He used to
miss a lot of dumb chances too, bro.
But he might not have been technically sound, but at least he got on the end of it. He was actually Raheem Sterling before Raheem Sterling.
His movement was good, but it's just the finishing was so annoying.
Awful. His finishing was awful.
Yep, 100%, bro. We'll finish up there anyway, people. I think it's been solid, man. It's been solid today. There's going to be more of these sort of shows. Let me know what you think in the comments if you're watching the show back. I'm seeing a lot of people saying great chat. It was good, man. Like I said, I didn't even see the Spain game was on, but we still had people here. So big up everyone that's here. Andrew, what's your week looking like, bro?
I'll probably be on watch-alongs on Sarcasm City TV, with the World Cup and stuff like that. I don't. They're doing the Spain one right now, but I think that's it for today. I think France are playing tomorrow, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
So,
let me double check that.
Portugal or something like that. Definitely England one on Wednesday and stuff like that. So I'll be on the watch-alongs for that. Like I said, unless any Chelsea news drops or something like that, I'm not really on the terrace or something unless the Chelsea news drops or something like that. So
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, AP says, "Don, next time do Chelsea all time 11, bro. Trust me, that's gonna be on the cards as well for the summer." People listen, people in the chat. Just go on, Andrew.
That the right back conversation will be very interesting in an all-time Chelsea 11. I'll just say it right now. Very interesting because I'm not gonna go into detail. I can hear cases for both, and there's only two options, but I can hear cases if we play a back four.
There's three.
I can hear cases. Oh, okay, fine. No, but I think for me, I can. But I can hear that might be the longest conversation we have.
100%. 100%. But people, listen, DM me. If you man have ideas that you want us to talk about, message me privately, bro, or just say it in a chat and I'll literally write them down on my notes, innit? Because I'm all ears, man. This is not just my platform, it's all of our platform, bro. We're here growing together. So big up everyone. But like I said, if you've got any ideas, literally just DM me on Twitter. I always reply as long as I see the message. Or just tweet me and say, yo, you should do this, innit? You know what I'm saying? But try DM me so we can keep it in-house. and then we'll go from there. But don't go and steal people's ideas from other shows that you've seen and that. Try and be original. And then we'll go from there. Because I don't want to just be copying people and doing all of that. You need to think outside the box. So if you've got any ideas, you think, I ain't seen anyone do that yet, DM me and then we'll go from there. And I'll see who I can get on. And then we'll have a chat about that more. But we got everyone every time anyway. Rest of the week, what's it looking like? Obviously, we're just playing it by ear at the minute. We might have another bomber tomorrow. You never know. You know what I'm saying? When there's a bomber, you'll see me go live or you'll see me put a video out. There's a few things I've got planned for this week. So just look out. Look out for that one, people. But as always, like I always say, make sure that you lot are checking out Jersey FC Soccer Shop. 20% off at checkout, Don CFC. So make sure that you lot are checking them out. In a bit, people. Bless. Love.
Yeah.